We have Mr. Bryan Mattibore. Bryan has written a chapter in the book called Organizational Values, an Essential Tool for Creating a Culture of Innovation. And so with that, I'll turn the floor over to Bryan.
So thanks, Anthony. Hey guys. I want to say, I want to just mention a meta concept here that all of us in this book, all of us, we're all thought leaders, we're all individual authors. And so for us to come together and contribute a chapter, I think we're very much on trend. And by the way, when you do something like that, you want a very talented editor, and that's Anthony with absolute power. And so he did a great job of bringing together these individuals to come together in what I was amazed is this very integrated product. There are all these different threads that come together to create this wonderful, in my opinion, mosaic of, quote, the other side of innovation. And it was a great joy to be part of that. And I think we're on trend in part because if you look at the most cited papers now, these are, scientific research papers. These are not by individuals, these are by teams. And so I think we're on trend, and I appreciate that I was able to be part of this. So let me just say, Michael had talked about his ecstatic moment. That's what led to my chapter as well. I was, Con Ed had contacted me to do an innovation and creativity workshop for their senior managers. This was soon after 9/11, and you probably know that company and those individuals went through heroic efforts to restore power to Lower Manhattan. And so I was honored to speak with them and humbled, but I also felt slightly embarrassed. I mean, these people were heroic, and I'm sitting home drinking Diet Coke and watching TV. And so I felt like I needed to be more empathetic about their situation. So I asked them, and I was so happy they approved. They let me spend a day, out in the field. And so I got my Con Ed hat, and I'm climbing through the steam pipes at Rockefeller Center, and with Mo, a 20-year guy, and then I go to the power plants, and my eureka moment. I asked those questions, the Peter Drucker question, what's the one thing you would improve, and got great ideas. But beyond that, the other question I asked was, what are you most proud of in your 20 or 30 years that you've been working here? And the amazing thing, and this was the ecstatic eureka moment for me, was every single one of them, of the 12 people that I spent time with that day, said it was something that they had created and sort of made happen within their organization. And of course, I do creativity and innovation consulting. And so that was my ecstatic moment, not just for the fact that they, contributed something, but that it was important to their self-worth and self-image, that they have the opportunity to contribute something, and that it's frankly a bad thing if an organization does not create an environment that allows people to do that, not only for the growth of the organization, but for the happiness of the people involved. And so this led me, and so in our innovation consulting work, we do classic new product stuff, but we're also called on to do, for instance, mission, vision, and values work, and to be creative about that. And what we have discovered, it's really by focusing on the values that you can help people self-actualize and help grow the organization, but in the process be much happier. And so that's what my chapter is about. And it's really about how do you operationalize those values. And by the way, if you look at values of any organization, I would defy you to find one that does not have at least one value around being creative or being innovative, right? And so the point is here, it's out there. The challenge is, how do you operationalize that? And our trick, one of the tricks we've used to do that with our clients, is to do workshops with their frontline employees and say, here are some of the values. How will this affect how do they affect your job, and how will this change behavior as you're given permission to manifest these values in your daily work? And that has, you can imagine, that's been extraordinarily rewarding and fun work for us to do. And so that's what my chapter is about. And I give definitely tactical ways to implement that. One is using whiteboard techniques where people continually add ideas. Another is to do newsletters. You could do one a month around a different value each month, et cetera, et cetera. But the point here is that you make these values come alive for people. And in the process, you have greatness, in my opinion. Greatness for the organization, growth for the organization, but greatness for the employees as well.
Thank you so much, Bryan. And I want to just reiterate that and agree. And I think, having the right values absolutely drives greatness, and certainly having values that think about, the right types of values and innovating for the right reason in the right ways is going to drive the right types of organizations that we need to see more and more of these days. So excellent points. Thank you so much.